The first issue was held in India when widows voluntarily set themselves on fire. Of course, if the widows did not do so, they would be excluded from society. So they would prefer to burn themselves voluntarily. There are conflicting explanations for the reason for this. Some say it was to maintain the respect of the soldiers' wives in order to avoid the aggression of the enemies who killed their husbands. Some say neighbors supported this so that her husband would not inherit her husband's property. Some say it was to avoid the murder of rich men by their husbands to inherit their wealth. Number 2. Did you know that a few centuries ago people were taking medicine instead of medicine? In the past, human flesh was eaten as a supplement and sometimes combined with chocolate or a drink. While Europeans who immigrated to the United States and Europe called the natives savages because of their cannibalistic and religious practices. In fact, it was so common that Egyptian mummies are rare today, not because few survived for thousands of years in their tombs, but because few were able to survive the Europeans of the century 17 to survive until the 20th century. Egyptian pharaohs' mummies were sold as medicine in Germany, the third issue in the Middle Ages, if someone's body shook during death. They thought the devils had conquered it without fully reviving it. Medieval Christians believed that demons were spiritless bodies and often resided in the bodies of the dead. So anybody that moved after death would be rejected without any ceremony. The fourth issue of The President of the Vikings' Funeral was very brutal. Not for the deceased, but for the slave girls who volunteered to be with him in the afterlife. According to 10th century Arab scholar Ahmad ibn Fadlan, the funeral of Viking leaders was long and brutal. A dagger sinks into a girl's chest, then the boat burns. Of course, the accuracy of this statement is not known. But the evidence shows that women and slaves were sacrificed alongside the chief. The fifth number of Romans used urine as a mouthwash apparently. If there is a lot of urine left, it will turn into ammonia, which will whiten the teeth. Even the Roman poet Catullus wrote about this. Thank you for watching our video to the end.